Good morning, guys, from London. This is Naim Aslam, and it is pleasure for you guys to have me join for our YouTube session. And thank you so much for taking the time out. Because, of course, what I really try to do is to give you the information which is very much tradable on a daily basis, and of course, in going forward as well. And we filter out or chop the noise out of the market so that we can focus and laser focus on the fundamentals that really matters. We discuss several different markets in this segment. We cover our stock market, the traditional stock market, and we cover both European and the US stock markets. And then we look at Forex market, what is really going on within that, where is the noise, what are the pairs that you should be very much focused on. Thirdly, we look at commodities. And by that, I mean not cryptos, because that is a completely separate section where we already look at, where we discuss gold and oil prices. Now, before we do anything else, as always, it is important for us to go through such a small bit of a disclaimer. Anything which will be discussed cannot be perceived as an advice. If you're looking for one, please do consider consulting with your own advisors. Now, what exactly is going on in the market today? Why markets are moving to the downside? So let's break down the fundamentals. Number one is we have more people getting vaccination. Great. The opposite side is that there is a still supply constraint in Europe. So that one by one over here, one over here. So they cancel each other out. What's the second one we're looking at? The second one we're looking at, that in traders are still somewhat cautious about the rising inflation and soaring bond yields. On the other side, we have the Fed, who is saying we are ready to do whatever it takes. It's sort of along that language, meaning they have many tools in their basket to control certain concern. So again, there's on one side you have a bit of a noise about inflation and soaring bond yields, but on the other side we do have evidence that, look, there is something over here which can really restore the situation back in place. Now, let's rewind the situation and look at the Nasdaq 100 future and then see what exactly happened yesterday. I am very cautious with respect to that. Now you may be wondering, why are you named so cautious with it? Because we have two different moving averages, which are very, very important. And very soon we'll be able to share the charts in this live segment. I'm really trying to figure out how to do that. But once we have it, that will make a lot more sense for you, because I can just put in the chart straight away in front of you. So for the time being, bring your imagination lens right over here, or look onto your MT4 chart and then bring out the Nasdaq 100 chart. You have two different moving averages. Firstly, it is your 100-day simple moving average, and secondly will be your 50-day simple moving average. Price has tried to break above the 100-day simple moving average quite some time, which is positive. That is what we wanted to see. But the 50-day on the top side is very much capping the resistance. In simple words, if price cannot move above these two moving averages, Nasdaq isn't going to move to the upside. Nasdaq is going to go to the downside, and we are likely to revisit the third important moving average, which is still quite far, and that is your 200-day simple moving average. Of course, I am talking everything in relation to daily time frame. And folks, me being here talking to you guys is really your opportunity to ask me questions. So if you are unsure about something when I discuss, pop that in a live chat, and then I'll be very happy to discuss them and then explain them in further details to you. So overall, what we're really looking at is Nasdaq, or the tech stocks are very much moving the index to the downside. Now, what are those stocks which are moving to the downside? So when we look at those stocks, we are looking at companies like AMC. I know it's not a tech stock, but it was got massively sold yesterday. In terms of a tech stock, what we're really looking at, your Zoom, the price dropped massively to the downside yesterday. We can see Tesla, despite all that positive news, we still saw a move to the downside. We can see DocuSign, another stock which moved to the downside. In fact, Baidu, Amazon, Alibaba, all of them really dragged the Dow index to the downside. What is happening with the S&P 500 index really is that the price is sitting near the 50-day simple moving average. Now, this is the third time that we have so much coming close to the 50-day simple moving average. And if the price breaks, this time it is likely that the price is going to slip through this crack and then going to go to the downside. So again, what does that mean in very simple English is that I think the chances are that the US stock market is going to go to the downside. So perhaps now is the time, if you haven't placed your short bets, maybe it is time for you to be ready in a position with appropriate stop losses in a place, and then have those trades position yourself for those trades, but with the good risk management policies, because just like any other business, the cost of doing business is there. And then for us, it is our stop losses. We love our stop losses. We love learning from our mistakes. If we don't make mistakes, how we are going to ever learn? We should be looking at our mistakes as our learning points, and then building from there onwards based on those ones. So should be really using them as stairs to climb up, not climb to the downside. Don't repeat the same mistakes again, of course, because then you'll be climbing to the then you won't be climbing, you'll be going to the downside rather than climbing to the upside. So of course, folks, if you like the content, what is here, smash that like button, because it really helps us on Google's algorithm. Now, let's move further away and then talk about cryptos, because we are running a bit short on time today. Now, when we're talking about cryptos, I have grave concerns, serious concerns about Bitcoin, because the price isn't moving to the upside. And speaking from an experience, when positive news fails to push the price to the upside, there is no shortage of positive news. All what we have been receiving in terms of Bitcoin is really positive news all the time. I mean, if even today I have done this technical analysis video where we talked about the specific price levels, specific strategies in relation to Bitcoins, which could possibly become very useful. If you haven't seen the video, highly recommend you to do so. And of course, I've talked about gold prices over there as well, and why I am concerned about gold prices, and they are not moving to the upside in very much of a sideways direction in terms of gold prices as well. So both of these two are mentioned in that separate technical analysis video. The link is of course over here, will be posted in when the video is uploaded over here, so you will see that. But nonetheless, I am concerned that Bitcoin is likely to see a massive sell-off. It is waiting for some sort of a news, some bad news, because positive news is not pushing the prices higher. A bad news, let's see how that is really going to reflect. However, I do want you guys to be mindful of something, that on the daily time frame, 50-day simple moving average is providing the support. And if it continues to provide the support from a technical perspective, we can see higher highs. As for oil prices, nothing is great over there. The prices were too high. Simple answer is that. And that has increased supply on the market. Yesterday, we have seen the crude inventory data as well. And I think the crude prices are likely to remain under selling pressure. But it is an opportunity for us to bag some bargain. But perhaps now we should be just getting ready to be in a position to look for something like that. All right. Once again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. It will give you the notifications on a daily basis, like exactly what is going on in the market and how to really find opportunities. If you wanted to learn more, place a comment over here, and then I'll come back to you on that. Otherwise, stay safe, and I'll see you guys same place, same time tomorrow.